I organized an event and it was a hit. The faint hum of the air conditioning filled the quiet office as I sat at my desk, my laptop screen glowing with a blank document titled, Event Plan, Q1 2025. It was a sunny Monday morning in January 2025, and I was 27 years old, a junior event planner at a corporate consulting firm in Atlanta, Georgia. The office was a sleek, modern space with floor-to-ceiling windows, offering a panoramic view of the Atlanta skyline, Peachtree Street bustling below, the golden dome of the Georgia State Capitol glinting in the distance. I'd been with the company for just 6 months, a role I'd landed after years of assisting at small nonprofits, and I was eager to prove myself. My desk was a tidy oasis in the open plan office, with a potted succulent, a stack of color-coded notebooks, and a framed photo of my family back in Savannah. That morning, my manager, Olivia, had called me into her office with a bombshell. I'd be leading the planning of our firm's biggest client networking event of the year. I felt a thrill of excitement. This was my chance to shine. Olivia was a seasoned professional in her late 30s, with a sharp bob haircut and an air of quiet confidence that made you want to impress her. Her office, a corner space with a view of Centennial Olympic Park, was decorated with framed awards and a whiteboard covered in project timelines. She sat across from me, her laptop open, and slid a folder across her desk. "This is a big one," she said, her tone warm but firm. "We're hosting 200 clients, execs, and stakeholders at the Georgia Aquarium next month. It's your project. You'll handle the venue, catering, guest list, entertainment, and logistics. I'll be here if you need me, but this is your show." I nodded, my heart racing, as I flipped through the folder. The budget was generous, $50,000, but the expectations were sky high. The event needed to be flawless, a showcase of our firm's prestige, and a networking opportunity that would strengthen client relationships. I left Olivia's office, the folder tucked under my arm, feeling a mix of adrenaline and determination. I could do this. Back at my desk, I dove into planning mode, my fingers flying across the keyboard as I created a detailed timeline. I'd always been organized. My friends back in Savannah used to tease me for color-coding my grocery lists, but this was next level. I broke the project into manageable chunks: venue coordination, catering, invitations, entertainment, and decor. My first call was to the Georgia Aquarium, a stunning venue I'd visited as a kid, with its massive ocean tank filled with whale sharks and manta rays. I spoke with their events manager, a cheerful woman named Carla, who confirmed the date, February 15, 2025, and walked me through the logistics. The aquarium's main hall, with its floor-to-ceiling tank, would be the centerpiece of the event, a backdrop that would wow our guests. I spent the afternoon sketching out a floor plan, imagining round tables draped in navy linens, ambient lighting that mimicked the underwater glow, and a jazz quartet playing softly in the corner. By the end of the day, I'd sent Carla a deposit and locked in the venue, my confidence growing with each step. The next few weeks were a whirlwind of activity. I met with a local catering company, Peach V. Pine, known for their southern-inspired cuisine. Their manager, a gruff man named Marcus, walked me through the menu options, and I chose a spread that balanced elegance with comfort: shrimp and grits canapes, peach-glazed chicken skewers, and mini pecan pies for dessert. Marcus raised an eyebrow when I asked for a vegan option. Atlanta wasn't exactly a vegan hotspot, but he agreed to add a roasted vegetable tartlet to the menu. I spent hours designing the invitations, working with our graphic designer, Aisha, to create a sleek digital invite with a shimmering ocean theme, the text in crisp white over a deep blue gradient. Aisha, a 24-year-old with a knack for minimalist design, became my sounding board, her desk next to mine cluttered with sketch pads and empty coffee cups. "This is gonna be epic," she said, grinning as we finalized the invite. I sent it out to the guest list, a mix of CEOs, VPs, and industry leaders, and within days, RSVPs started pouring in, 180 confirmed attendees, a number that made my stomach flutter with both excitement and nerves. Entertainment was the next hurdle. I wanted something sophisticated but not stuffy, something that would keep the energy up without overshadowing the networking focus. I reached out to a local jazz quartet, the Blue Notes, who had performed at a charity event I'd attended the previous year. Their lead singer, a woman named Elise with a voice like honey, agreed to a 2-hour set for $2,000, well within budget. I met with them at a small cafe near the office, the smell of espresso filling the air as we discussed the playlist, smooth standards like Fly Me to the Moon and The Way You Look Tonight, with a few upbeat numbers to keep the crowd engaged. Elise suggested adding a short welcome speech before their set, an idea I loved. I wrote a brief speech for Olivia to deliver, thanking the guests and highlighting the firm's recent successes, a touch that would set a professional tone for the evening. As the event date approached, I double and triple-checked every detail. I visited the aquarium a week before, walking through the main hall with Carla, my sneakers echoing on the polished floor as I inspected the space. The ocean tank was mesmerizing, the whale sharks gliding gracefully through the water, their shadows dancing on the walls. I confirmed the table setups, 20 round tables, each seating 10, with navy linens and centerpieces of white orchids and sea glass. I coordinated with a lighting company to install soft blue uplighting, mimicking the underwater glow, and rented a photo booth with ocean-themed props, mermaid tails, scuba masks, and starfish crowns, to add a playful element. Aisha designed a custom backdrop for the photo booth, a shimmering wave pattern with the firm's logo subtly integrated. Every detail was coming together, and I felt a quiet pride as I crossed items off my checklist. The day of the event arrived, and I woke up at 5 a.m., my stomach a bundle of nerves. I arrived at the aquarium at 8 a.m., dressed in a navy blazer and pencil skirt, my hair pulled back in a neat bun. The venue was a hive of activity, caterers setting up chafing dishes, the lighting crew adjusting fixtures, the jazz quartet doing a sound check. I ran through my checklist one last time, my clipboard in hand, as Carla followed me with a reassuring smile. "You've got this," she said, patting my shoulder. By 5 p.m., the space was transformed, the main hall glowed with a soft blue light, the tables sparkled with glassware, and the ocean tank cast a magical shimmer over everything. Guests started arriving at 6 p.m., their voices filling the hall with a buzz of excitement. I greeted them at the entrance, shaking hands with CEOs and VPs, my smile wide but my heart pounding. Olivia arrived at 6:15, looking stunning in a black cocktail dress, and gave me a nod of approval as she surveyed the room. "This looks incredible," she whispered. I exhaled, the tension in my shoulders easing slightly. The evening unfolded like a dream. Olivia delivered the welcome speech, her voice steady and warm, as the guests sipped champagne and nodded appreciatively. The Blue Notes took the stage, Elise's voice floating over the crowd as they mingled, their laughter echoing off the glass walls. The catering was a hit, Marcus' team kept the food flowing, the shrimp and grits canapes disappearing fastest, and the photo booth was a crowd pleaser, with executives posing in scuba masks and giggling like kids. I moved through the room, checking on guests, refilling water pitchers, and troubleshooting minor hiccups, a spilled drink here, a missing name tag there. At one point, I overheard a client, a silver-haired man in a tailored suit, telling Olivia, "This is the best event your firm has ever thrown." My heart swelled with pride, but I kept my focus, ensuring everything ran smoothly. By 9 p.m., the event was winding down, the guests trickling out with smiles and business cards exchanged. Olivia pulled me aside as the last attendees left, her eyes shining. "You nailed it," she said, her voice full of warmth. "The clients are thrilled, and I've already had 3 of them ask for your contact info for future events. I'm putting you up for a promotion next quarter." I blinked, tears prickling my eyes, as the weight of her words sank in. A promotion? I'd only been with the company 6 months, and now I was being recognized in a way I hadn't dared to dream. I thanked her, my voice shaky, and stayed late to oversee the cleanup, the aquarium staff stacking chairs as the ocean tank glowed softly in the background. Driving home that night, the Atlanta skyline twinkling under a starry sky, I felt a sense of accomplishment I'd never known. My apartment, a cozy space with a balcony overlooking Midtown, felt brighter as I stepped inside, kicking off my heels and collapsing onto my couch. I'd taken a risk leading this event, pouring every ounce of myself into it, and it had paid off. Over the next few months, I took on bigger projects, eventually leading the firm's annual conference for 500 attendees. My promotion came through, along with a raise that let me upgrade my apartment, adding a proper desk for late-night planning and a new plant to replace the one I'd neglected during the event crunch. That first event had been my proving ground, and it showed me what I was capable of. Reflecting on that experience, I realized that taking on big challenges can unlock opportunities you never imagined. When someone steps into a high-stakes project, they should plan meticulously, lean on their team, and trust their instincts, even when the pressure feels overwhelming. She succeeded by breaking the task into manageable pieces, building relationships with vendors, and staying calm under pressure. If you're facing a daunting project at work, don't shy away, embrace it, prepare thoroughly, and let your hard work shine. You might just create a moment that changes everything.